Hey everyone, Dave here, and today I have the Deluxe Master Set of Snowdonia that I've brought to the table, and I've already removed the outer box sleeve, and we're going to be taking a look at a storage solution for it from Go7 Gaming, and I'll bring those pieces out in a minute. Now, if you're familiar with Snowdonia Deluxe Master Set, you'll be aware that it already comes with some storage trays from GameTrayz, but if you don't think that these are adequate or you want to do something a little bit different, well, then there is another product that's for you. So this is a brand new copy. I haven't done nothing with it, so you can see these were the original trays, just the typical GameTrayz vacuum formed plastic with lids that snap on, and then you have some trays for components, and you'll have spots where cards sit out, and like this here, it's when you're lifting them up, they could fall out. So that's why a lot of people may question how good these are for this particular application. And then down here you can see I have all of the components. I haven't even sorted those out yet. And then they came with these two sets of trays for cards. And I'm going to go through and show you how we're going to approach these. But you have this one here with all the cards, and you have another one that has more components in there. If you sleeve the cards, then you can actually use both boxes for your cards. And of course down at the bottom we have a board and everything like that. So this is all the stuff that comes in the Deluxe Master Set. It's everything that's ever been made for Snowdonia. You've got a whole scenario booklet that is 76 pages. So lots and lots and lots of stuff here. So anyways, let me show you what Go7 Gaming has come up with. They have come up with a couple of card trays themselves. Now, if you're familiar with Go7 Gaming, or if you've seen any of my other reviews on their inserts, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, their materials are made from what's called HDF. It's a high density fiberboard, and if you look closely, you'll see that there's no wood grain in here, and that's because this is made from a bunch of wood particles, almost like sawdust, that's been mixed with a resin, and it's been heated and pressed and forms a really durable material, and it cuts really well with the laser, and so we don't have any problems with splintering, and also you don't have to worry about the fit changing because it doesn't really expand or contract. Now, all of these pieces do need to be glued. You do not rely on pressure to hold them together. And so you can see that they have these typical joints where everything fits, and then you just use either like a PVA glue, tacky glue, or wood glue. These particular ones I used the Gorilla wood glue. And what I do is I take a cotton swab, and then all of the areas that you don't see or where they touch together have all been glued, they've put together. So there's two of these card trays, and if you notice, these are etched, and they'll tell you about I think that's the number of cards that come in there. And there's a whole stack of dividers for each of the different sets of cards with the abbreviations on them. So there's several of them, and you'll see those all in action. So you've got two trays here. You have one additional tray for more cards, and then we have this cool thing. This actually is cut out to look like a train car, and it has a removable lid, and inside here is where the player components are going to go. So for each of the players, so this has, and this lid, you just put it on there and pressure will hold it in place there. And then we have two adjustable token trays, and meaning by adjustable is you can set these however you want. And then when you're satisfied with them, you can go ahead and glue them in place. So what I did was I just went ahead and copied how the designer of the insert had set his up, and I just went ahead and glued them in place. Otherwise, you can do them however you want. Make compartments as small as you want. There's actually a few more of these dividers that if you wanted to make sets even smaller. So a couple of things though that you want to do when you are assembling this particular insert is follow the directions, and when you glue them, after this particular piece has set slightly and the glue starts to set up, what you want to do is go ahead and put this lid on the top. Otherwise, if the glue dries and things are too tight, you're not going to be able to get the lid in here and it won't fit properly. So you want to make sure that you do that. And this looks kind of cool because not only does this look pretty neat in terms of decoration, but it also helps to stand this off to keep things level. So overall, the assembly time on this did not take very long because you have very large pieces, and so it's just a matter of putting some glue on there, putting the things together, wiping down any excess glue. They do give you these little extra sticks that you could break off made of the same material. Just run along and clean the joints off so you don't have any excess glue sitting around. So, since my copy of Snowdonia Master Set is brand new, I am going to go ahead and sort everything out into the trays, and I will tell you how long it took, and I will show you how everything is going to fit in the box with these components. Alright, we're back, and sorting the components did not take that long. Sorting the cards did. I had to go through, divide them all up. Some of the cards, they weren't all alphabetical order, and actually have all the cards sorted. As you can see over on the side here, the components, the GameTrayz that came with, we are not using. I'll probably repurpose these for something else maybe. But anyways, these are out. This tray is out, and these two boxes of cards are out. So anyways, we have our box here, and then we have all of our things here. So you can see, first of all, we have our component trays. So a lot of these are going to be tokens that are used in different scenarios, and then here we have our different resources, things like that. And we also have this first player marker, the Yeti, and so then there's also the little tiny axe and shovel are in there. So this is in this one tray here, and this one has all of the weather tokens, and then there's more tokens for some of the different scenarios. So depending upon which scenario you're playing, it's going to determine which components you're going to need. And then in this car here is going to be all of the player pieces based upon their colors. And so I have them all sorted. I had to actually do some repair work on a couple of my pieces showed up broken, so I had to glue them back together. But anyways, this goes here, and we will go ahead and pop the lid right on top there. So that's all set to go, ready to be in the box. And then we have our card trays, and because this game is basically card driven, we have so many of them. So here is the first major improvement over the insert that came with the game, and that is the fact that every single one of these scenario cards has dividers, and they're divided up, and they will accommodate sleeved cards. These are not sleeved, and so I have them sorted in alphabetical order, and this will tell you like how many cards are in the scenario itself. But there are some of them where there are more cards because there might be promos or something that are attached to them, but all of the associated cards will all have a little icon on the bottom. So for example here, these are all the BB cards, and so all the BB ones fit right behind there. And so we have two trays of all the scenario cards, and then we have this one other one here. This is basically the original Snowdonia scenario, and then we also have the cards that are going to go on the board. So I definitely like the fact that these are all sorted out. I can get whatever I want, and then also I do like this look of having the open trays, and they're plenty well big enough to get into. So and it has a little more heft to them. So that could be viewed as a negative. This is going to add some weight to the game, and it's already heavy. So the way that we're going to do this now is I'm going to show you how to fit everything in the box. So let me slide some things out of the way, and I'll slide the box forward. Now, on the back of the build instructions, which I think that if you've seen any of the other ones, it shows you exactly how to build them, what sheets, but it will show you how to store all of your trays in the box. So the first thing that's going to go on the bottom is going to be all of our card trays. So we'll go ahead and stick these in the bottom here, just like that. And let me just make sure that this is lined up. Yep. So we'll put this over on this side over here. And then what we will have in the middle is the Snowdonia cards and the board cards. And then we have room here for the player pieces. So that all sits in there flush right now. And then we have room to put our pencil for keeping score. Here's the bag here. I just fold this up and stick this down, and it fits right in between the dividers right there. So the next thing that's going to go in there is going to be our component trays. So we'll just put those right on top there and there. And finally, we're going to go ahead and put our board on top of that. So that fits in there. And then the last thing that we're going to put in here is going to be all of the manuals. So here's the Train Master Set, the scenarios, the rules, and all the player aids, and also the score pad. So this fits in here like so. And if you notice, this is going to be flush right here. And when I put the box in here, box top on here, we're going to have zero lift whatsoever. So I'll be able to, and then I'll be able to store this on its side. Things are not going to fall out. And just to show you that it does fit, we'll go ahead and put the sleeve back on here. And there we go. There you go. So overall, I think this is going to be a better insert for having all of the cards stored and for sorting. And I also think that in this particular case, the Go7 Gaming insert for Snowdonia Deluxe Master Set is a worthwhile investment for organizing and storing this awesome game. So if you're interested in getting one of these for yourself, please check the link in the video description below. It will take you over to their site and they can hook you up. All right, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and we will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.